Hi Virgo, welcome to your love reading for November 2019. This is going to actually be called couples counseling. So if you're not part of a couple, but you're trying to manifest a union, please stay tuned because you may find some useful information in this reading. God, guides, angels, archangels, and Holy Spirit, I thank you so much for my Virgo friends. And I thank you that we all look to you for guidance. We look for signs to understand what's going on in our lives at different times. And I thank you that you wanted to talk to couples today. I ask you to show us clear and concise information. Show us what it is that you would like to say to Virgo that would be in their best interest to focus on as they move through the month of March in their relationships. Thank you for clear and concise messages, clarification, confirmation, and validation. And thank you for love, light, and prosperity. Show us the energies that you'd like to focus on as it relates to Virgo in relationships. We're starting out with reward and recognition. Stand your ground. And movement, choices, and decisions. Okay, and we're going to clarify that with the Arcanum Tarot. And while I'm shuffling, I want to say, guys, we have grown this little community and it continues to grow. And I thank y'all so much for the love and the support. I am so excited and humbled to be part of a community of people who are so like-minded, and I look forward to see where we go with this. If you already are a subscriber, thank you so very much. If you haven't rung the bell yet, please ring the bell because that lets YouTube know that this content is relevant to you, and the uploads show up for you whenever they're uploaded. Also, if you're not a subscriber, thank you for stopping in. We're excited to have you. And if this message resonates with you and you decide you want to subscribe, we'll be real excited to have you there too. Okay, so recognition and reward is being clarified with the Two of Wands and the Two of Pentacles. The stand your ground is being clarified with the Ten of Wands and the High Priestess. And movement, choices, and decisions is being clarified with the Six of Swords and the Death card. Okay, so let's see what all this has to say. The recognition and reward is the same as the Three of Pentacles. So when we think about the Three of Pentacles, we think about passionate projects, right? Passionate collaborations and things like that. So that, for me, feels like this is a passionate union, a soul connection type union between the two of you. And they are, I feel like, recognizing you because you recognized each other, first off. And I feel like they're asking you to remember that when you face any situation within the relationship, that within a soul connection, it doesn't mean things are going to be perfect. It just means that you're gonna grow with each other, right? You're going to walk through things with each other. And they're asking you to recognize that as you move through this relationship. You're getting the Two of Wands. So I feel like if you're in a relationship, perhaps this is a couple that's not yet necessarily in union, but they're manifesting or looking toward being in union with each other. There's going to be some travel involved. Or if you're actually in union already, it's asking you to look to the future and map it out with each other and realize that whenever we, before Waze and GPS and all that, we had paper maps, and we would lay the map out and we'd take a little we would, I don't know what y'all did, but take a little magic marker and like trace the line up from wherever we started to where we were going. But when we got in the car and left, we didn't know if there was going to be construction 100 miles up the road or a bridge out 200 miles up the road. We didn't know what we were in for. We didn't know what the physical obstacles would be along that trek. So, and it's asking you to remember that you have, if you're within a relationship and in union, you have made a commitment to each other and you have mapped out where you're going together. And it's reminding you that this little globe, right, that you're going to be going places with each other or whatever. And I'm talking metaphorically, and you may not be prepared for some of the obstacles that pop up within the relationship. So it's telling you that you have everything within you with this Two of Pentacles. You have everything within you to keep this relationship balanced because you are a soul connection. You were put together for a purpose. And so that within you, there's everything to balance. And as long as you remember balance, you can move through it smoothly. The water's smooth back there. The little guy's happy. He's not stressed out. He's standing on one leg. He's balancing those two heavy pentacles on one leg. And it's kind of like that feeling of riding your bike. Hey, Mom, look, no hands. I'm doing it easily. I'm doing it smoothly. I am walking through this in a successful way with this relationship, right? So it's reminding you, you're a soul connection. You don't necessarily know every obstacle up the road, but there's likely going to be some. But just remember your balance. Remember that you are, in this community, we like to say we're spiritual beings having a physical experience, right? But when it boils down to it, especially within a relationship, we're two meat sacks, right? Because we operate, or we can tend to react based on our earthly senses, our touch, our feel, our taste, our smell, our sight, our hearing, all that stuff. We tend to react based on those sensory things. This is saying, keep that in mind whenever you're dealing with each other. Okay. You're also getting stand your ground. This is like the Seven of Wands. So within your relationship, I feel like when the obstacles come, because they're going to come, and you may be in the middle of one right now, and that's why I was guided to do couples counseling. You may be in the middle of one right now. Stand your ground where you are, where you have come from in the relationship, as opposed to where you are in the middle of this, whatever it is. In the Seven of Wands, which is what this card actually is in the traditional tarot, you see somebody with his wand beating off all the other people that are poking their wands at him, right? But in this one, he's just standing up in victory, right? In front of that sun. He's standing up in victory. So it's asking you to remember the victory of the union. Remember what brought you together in the first place. And be willing to defend your relationship from that standpoint. Whatever is going on, and I have no indication of what it is. If there's anything, I mean, it is couples counseling. It could be for just in general. You know, I don't know because I'm not seeing anything necessarily. In previous readings, I did see something in particular. But in here, I do see some burdens, okay? And this guy is carrying this big load of burdens. So it's possible that one of you has something going on that you're not talking to the other one about. You're carrying it by yourself, is what I'm feeling. And if that is the case, know that the other person probably feels that energy from you. And so let me tell you what happens in a case like that. I used to tell my husband, he would think that, you know, he couldn't tell me, I don't know, whatever. He couldn't tell me that we were in a bind financially, or he couldn't, whatever it was, he felt like he couldn't tell me. And there was a time whenever I had very deep feelings, intuition that he was cheating, right? And he kept saying no. And I would tell him, if you would just tell me, because I can handle anything if I know what I'm handling. If I know it, then we can walk through it together. But if I don't know, then I can only guess and make stories up in my mind, and they might be bigger problems than what this burden is that you're actually carrying, whatever it is. So Virgo, I don't know if it's you carrying a burden or if it is your partner carrying a burden. I feel like somebody's carrying a burden that that they are not disclosing in this case. So again, go back to the energy of remembering where you came from, remembering what got you to this point in the first place. I'm not talking about the burden. I'm talking about within the relationship. Remember that it is a relationship and there's another person involved and they're feeling your energy. Okay? This is not, because this is a love reading. In one of the readings, she showed up and it was more about that she was more spiritually developed, but I'm not feeling that necessarily in this reading. I'm just feeling that this card is saying we feel it. You know, if you're holding something back, I'm feeling it within a relationship. So, and what it does is it tends to take this this feeling of solidness, of stableness, and it makes it weak. It makes it falter. So I feel like they're saying, don't carry this burden by yourself. You're in a relationship. Act like it, is what I just heard. Act like it. You're in a relationship. Act like it. Don't leave your other person out of whatever your burden is. Share it with them. You came together in union for a purpose. Remember I said this passionate, it's like a, excuse me, a passionate project, a collaboration, a soul connection. You were put together, or you came together for a purpose. You knew each other already. I don't mean physically. Your hearts knew each other already. So act like it. Don't carry this burden by yourself. That might be the issue. So the other energy is movement, choices, and decisions. So perhaps one of you has been offered a job that is going to take you overseas, and there's lots and you're worrying about it and trying to figure it out by yourself without talking to your partner. You're thinking, she'll never leave her mama. She'll never leave her sisters. You know, whatever. You're making up all this worry in your mind instead of talking about it. And if you would just talk about it, she'd probably say, I can't wait. You know, we don't know. No matter how much you think you know somebody, you don't truly know what their reaction's going to be. Truly. So I feel like there's some decisions, and that was just a little example. There's decisions that you're trying to make about, you know, places that maybe you want to go within the relationship, or physical changes that need to be made or something like that. And you're trying to carry that all by yourself, Virgo. And that's not what this relationship is about. You came together for a purpose. Act like it. So they're saying that whenever you do this, and maybe it does have something to do with you as a couple moving on to a different country, because there's that water again and that movement across water. So possibly it is about a physical movement, a physical move that you're being asked to make, possibly within your company, and you're really worried about bringing it to the forefront, but you're thinking you need to make this decision by yourself. No. So look, this card, this is a 2. There's 2 of you in this relationship, not just one of you. So don't feel like the burden is on you to make the decision. Go ahead and talk to them, because it may end up, the conversation, I feel, is going to lead you to a place that It's going to take these burdens, and it's going to reduce the weight of the burdens to start off with, but it's also going to dissolve them, dissolve the worry, because together you're going to make a decision that's going to be actually moving you into smoother water. The experience, it's like the first time we have to have a serious conversation with our mate, we're scared, right? So perhaps I'm talking to a younger couple or a newer couple, I don't know, but or a group of younger people, I don't know, but it feels like there's just something that one of you is holding back. You're trying to carry it all by yourself, and the energies, the counseling from spirit is saying, don't try to carry it all by yourself, because this other person feels the energy that you're holding back. But if they don't know what it is, if they don't know what the burden is that you're carrying, then they make stuff up in their mind. You could be worried about taking this promotion that might cause y'all to move overseas or even to another state or whatever, and because you're being so quiet about it, because you're trying to figure out how's that going to work, is that going to make them upset or whatever, you're worrying about all this. So this energy of worry and stuff is seeping inside of you. And if you've listened to me before, I've explained how our heart has an electromagnetic field that radiates outside of us. So your partner can feel that worry, right? But they don't know the context of the worry. So you're worried about a move, and they're starting to think, because you're not talking, they're starting to think, oh my God, he's cheating. Oh my God, she's cheating. She's fallen in love with somebody at work. You know, they make up all kinds of stuff in their minds if you don't give them the information, is what I'm trying to say. So there's two of you in this relationship, right? That's the two. There's two of you in the relationship. This is the same card, Two of Pentacles. There's two of you in the relationship. Act like it, okay? And it's going to move you into smoother waters. Not only that, it is going to transform your relationship. It is going to birth you into a new place where like you're going to be able to put this issue to rest, but not the issue itself so much as the issue of feeling like you can't talk to each other, because communication within a relationship is like the most important thing. What's he got right there? What are those? That's all swords. That's a sword. So they're wanting to transform or focus on the energy of communicating with each other to be able to move into the smoother water, to be able to move into the bliss that you came together to experience. Okay. I hope that helped you, Virgo. And we're going to go ahead and get the PS. God, guides, angels, archangels, Holy Spirit. Show us the PS for Virgo, please. Show us the PS for Virgo as it relates to this couples reading, couples counseling. Thank you for clear and concise messages, clarification, confirmation, and validation. And thank you for love, light, and prosperity. Look. There's those swords again. This is about communication. You're carrying this burden, either you or your partner. Somebody's carrying this burden thinking that they can't burden you with it, or you can't burden them with it. You are in a partnership, okay? So it's saying act like it. There's those communication swords again, about communication, thoughts, stuff like that. Take the issues that you have that you need to discuss and go to your partner with them. The little things that you don't need to discuss, don't worry about them. But these other things that are bothering you, that are weighing you down, see how he's hunched over? It's weighing you down. So bring that to your partner and y'all have a good conversation about it. Here's that card again, right? And I don't know which one of you this would be, but you flip the roles however they go. But what it's saying is that there's that little black cat, right? And so she's trying to be graceful and she's trying to be patient. Whichever one of you it is. I'm saying she because this is a queen. She's trying to be patient. She's trying to be graceful about this situation. She's trying to be she's staying in prayer about it or meditation about it or whatever. But she has this sense, this little black cat, that's the intuition, right? So she has this sense that something's not quite right. And unless she's an actual psychic and digs into your psyche, other than that, she's making stories up in her head, or he's making stories up in his head about what this situation is, because you're not talking. So it's asking you to communicate. Here's I call this the sword of truth. It's the Page of Swords. Okay, he's curious. Your person's curious, or you're curious about what's going on with your person. And again, it's about the communication. It's about take whatever this situation is and slice through the mind games that your other person's playing with themselves. Slice through the worry that you have about this situation, whatever it is. Slice through it with your ability to communicate about it. Don't try to assume what the other person is going to think, how they're going to react, or whatever that is. Whatever this burden is that you're carrying, lay it out. Lay it out. And I'm going to go back to this little 2 on here. You're look at the 2, and this is the wedding rings. Whether you're married or not, that's irrelevant. But there's a 2, there's the wedding rings. It's asking you to act like it. Act like it. There's 2 of you in this relationship. Act like it. Okay. Hope you enjoyed your reading. Have a super duper day, and we will see you next time. Bye.